studio. For those of you who don't know me already, my name is Laura Nugent, and if you know me, you know that I'm a painter. I'm a lifelong painter, and this is my studio space in Kansas City, Missouri. I have been here, like a year and a half. I've been using this space here in the East Crossroads neighborhood. There are 8 other artists in the building too. Before I was here, I worked out of my home for years. All the years I was on the road doing art fairs, I worked out of my basement so that when I was home, I could really be home and be working. And a couple of years ago, a lot of things changed. I sold my house, and that required getting another place to work. And so this has been the most recent place where I have been painting. So one of the things that struck me when our city decided that they did not want us out and about so much at this time was access to workspace, the studio. It is the most important space to me that I occupy at this point in my life, and not having that was kind of frightening. What would I do with all the time that I spend here? So fortunately, it did not come to pass that I would not be able to use my studio, and so I have really taken the time to be here and be very relaxed with the work that I'm doing. In particular, without really a purpose for it, has been really exciting. I had some shows on the horizon, some exhibitions that have been postponed for the time being, and that has really given me a chance to take a deep breath and think about things very deliberately about where I see my work going in the next couple of years, and really not in a huge hurry to make sense of all of it right at this moment. As I look around right now, I've got lots of inventory, lots of paintings from the past few years. I've got pieces hanging that are going back to 2015 and 2016, when my work was a little more about lines, horizontal and vertical lines, as imperfect as they are, and then kind of transitioning into pieces that involve more of a curved line, like that one that you see there. That's on artfulhome.com, by the way. And pieces that I made last year for an exhibition in Kansas City. That's one that I really like a lot. That's also on Artful Home. And then pieces that I'm doing right now, right as we speak. I've really taken some of the principles that I've developed with my work recently and broadened them, made them much more saturated, much larger areas of color. I feel like it's a very long road to a simple resolution to a painting. And so when I look at this now, as I'm still working on it, it's not finished. I can see that what's important to me is really the surface of a painting. If something is resolved to be a very broad area of color in the end, or a few broad areas of color, that what's exciting to me about the painting is the texture that's underneath that, of all of the versions of the painting that it went through to get to the point of being complete. The work that I've been doing lately, just in the last couple of weeks, is new and unknown to me. What it is about, how it's going to be resolved, how it's going to be presented, and I don't care at this point. I think that's kind of exciting. I started working on paper for a lack of other surfaces, and kind of odd shapes of paper. And as I worked on them the way I would any other painting, with layering and kind of scraping and beating them up and washing over them with transparent color, I found that another way to look at them was then layering multiple paintings with each other, kind of making a new composition, and then that maybe not being the last thing that happens. Maybe it's going to be a movable thing, a changeable thing, but I'm not worried about how it's going to end at this point. I think that's one of the reasons I am a painter, is that I don't know how painting is going to end when I start it. It's really important to me right now to work, because even though my work doesn't have images in it, it's very strongly autobiographical to me, and I know that I'm going to remember this time that we're going through based on the work that I'm doing, and the work that I'm doing is going to be like a trigger to my memory of exactly what was happening when I was making it. So I'm going to keep painting, and I know all of you, my friends, are going to be making art too, and I look forward to seeing what it looks like when we see each other again.